Oedipus the Rex is one of the most powerful plays ever written in the history of human languages. It's a tragedy by Sophocles. Oedipus has been one of the very powerful plays which has made a tremendous influence on all the theatre goers, directors, actors, actresses, playwright across the globe. I am here today to talk about this epoch-making play by Sophocles. Oedipus by Sophocles is one of the greatest tragedies of ancient Greek drama. It dramatizes the fall of Oedipus, the king of Thebes, who unknowingly fulfills a terrible prophecy. The play exemplifies the principles of tragedy outlined by Aristotle in Poetics, particularly Hamartia, Peripeteia and Anagnorisis. Sophocles' play Oedipus is a classic example for the principles of tragedy outlined by Aristotle, particularly Hamartia, Peripeteia and Anagnorisis. Let me give you a brief history of the play. What happens? The play really begins on the stage. Laius and Jocasta are the king and queen of Thebes. Laius is a very popular, very benevolent king of Thebes. He heard a very terrible, horrible oracle from Apollo. Apollo is an important Greek god, all-powerful Greek god, and he is supposed to be living at a mountain called Delphi. And this god, Apollo, used to give oracles. He used to talk to the devotees through his messenger. And Apollo is known for delivering wonderful, terrible, horrible messages for the people. And one day, the king of Thebes learns a miracle from god Apollo. What is the oracle? He will have a son who will kill him and marry his wife. In other words, the son to be born to Laius will kill his father and marry his own mother. This is a terrible, horrible message that God Apollo has ever delivered. This is too much for King Laius. He cannot allow his son to be his own murderer and to marry his own wife. And it is ethically, morally, ethically incorrect to allow his son to murder him and marry his mother. He wants to somehow escape from this horrible, dangerous destiny. We all know that Greek characters in Greek tragedy struggle to change their destiny, their fate, but they miserably fail in their attempt to change it, because changing destiny is beyond man's capacity and man's ability. What does King Laius really do to get rid of his son Oedipus? His son has already been born to him. And one day he calls his servants to take the child to a mountain and leave it there or kill it. And a shepherd takes the child to a mountain to kill the child. And when he takes the child to the mountain, he takes pity on the child and does not kill him. He will just throw the child and leaves it to its own fate and comes back to Thebes. And the destiny so desires that a shepherd from Corinth, a nearby state, a neighboring state called Corinth, he came to the mountain and he saw the child and he took pity on the child and he took the child to Corinth. The king of Corinth is Polybus. Polybus and his wife is Merope. Polybus and Merope do not have a child at all. They are childless, they are issueless. And the shepherd took this child and handed over to King Polybus and Merope, and who took care of the child, and they grew the child as if it were their own child. So Oedipus, begins to grow under the care of King Polybus and Merope. And when he becomes an adult, he tries to understand his root. Somehow he gets a doubt and he wants to get it clarified. And he wants to know his origin. And he has his own reservation about Polybus and Merope and his birth and so on. And to his shock, he learns that he learns about the oracle, that is Apollo oracle. Apollo message, that one day he would kill his mother and marry, he would kill his father and marry his mother. But he thinks that Polybus is his real father and Merope is his own mother. If he continues to live with them, one day the destiny may come true, and it may so happen that he would murder his father and marry his mother. So in order to escape from this terrible, horrible, dangerous happening, he leaves Corinth and goes out. And when he leaves Corinth and goes out, he comes to a crossroad. He comes to a road where two paths meet, and there is an inn. It's a small hotel. And he is sitting in the hotel, and there comes an elderly man from some other direction. They look at each other and they begin to hate each other. Suddenly, they pick up a quarrel and they fight with each other. In the process, Oedipus kills Laius. The elderly person whom Oedipus kills, happens to be his own father, real father, and he does not know. And the first part of the destiny of Apollo has come true. Oedipus has murdered his own father and he doesn't know anything about it. After murdering the elderly man, Oedipus goes to Thebes, his own state, the state of his father. That's where he was born. And he killed the king of Thebes. And this is the place where his mother still is alive. She lives, Jocasta. And when he goes to the city of Thebes, he learns that the city has been attacked by spions, a devil. And this devil tells a riddle to Thebians and asks them to resolve. And when they don't resolve, it will kill. So every day, this demon spions will go to one house and tell a riddle to the owner of the house. If he is not able to resolve it, then he will have to hand over one of the persons to the devil to eat. So every day it is killing a Thebian, a citizen of Thebe. And people are terribly upset and they are waiting for somebody to save them. But unfortunately, their king disappeared. And they do not know where he has gone and what has happened, whether he is alive or dead. And Oedipus is a clever man, and when he learns about the spions, and he tells people, "Yes, I will resolve your problem. I will solve the problem." So when spions tells a riddle to Oedipus, and Oedipus immediately resolves it. Then he eventually kills Sphinx, and now the state is free. People are very happy because the demon that has attacked them has been killed by Oedipus, a stranger who has arrived in Thebes. And people go in a large number to Oedipus and request him, say, we do not have a king. Why can't you be our king? You be the king of Thebes, because you have saved us. You have saved the nation. You have saved the people. And anybody who saves the people is the king. And you are like our father. And Oedipus accepts the kingship. That's how he becomes the king of Thebes. And when he becomes the king of Thebes, the second part of the destiny also comes true. People tell him to marry Jocasta, the queen of Thebes, who is kingless and who is husbandless. It is a custom. It's a tradition, and it's a custom to marry the queen if she does not have a husband. So he marries her, and he becomes the king, the husband of Jocasta, his own mother. Now the Apollo mission is complete. The destiny has become a reality. He has killed his father and he has married his mother. And Oedipus turns out to be a very popular king, a benevolent king, a lovable king, a lovely king. He loves his citizens. He is otherwise a fine king, a fantastic man, except the fact that he is a sinner, he is a criminal. He killed his father and married his own mother. And eventually, his mother, who is his wife, now delivers 4 babies, 2 boys and 2 girls. And all of it happens before the start of the play. And let me tell you what happens when the play begins. I have already said to you that Oedipus is one of the finest plays ever written in the history of mankind. So when the play begins, Oedipus, learns that the city Thebes has been attacked by plague. Plague has attacked the city of Thebes, and people die. People die in a large number every day, and he does not know how to solve this problem. Where to go? People again come to Oedipus and tell him that, my lord, you have saved once, you have saved us from the demon Sphinx, and you should again save us from this terrible, horrible, dangerous plague. It is killing us, and we are losing our people, our children, our relatives, and you have to save us. And Oedipus does not know how to solve this problem, because this is a difficult problem. And plague, how can plague be handled? And how can plague be eradicated? How can plague be eliminated? He does not know. And he suddenly remembers God Apollo. So he immediately calls his nephew, his wife's brother Creon, and tells him to go to the mountain Delphi and ask the god for a possible solution to the problem of plague that has attacked the city of Thebes. And he goes to the mountain Delphi to seek the God's intervention to solve the problem. And people gather in a large number in front of the palace to know an answer from King Oedipus. And Oedipus is looking at the direction of the Delphi mountain, where God Apollo is supposed to be staying. It is his house. And at last Creon comes. When Creon comes, people feel very happy and feel relaxed because they think that he might have got an answer for the problem, and plague is going to be shortly eliminated. And the king is also waiting for Creon to come and deliver the message to him. And when he comes, Oedipus asks him, "Can you please tell me what is the message of God?" Creon tells the king, "This is a horrible message that I have brought from Apollo, and I will meet you in private and tell you the message." But Oedipus says, I am the king of the people. I am the king of people, and I am for the people, and what is concerned to me is also concerned to the king. You please tell in the presence of everybody what you have learned from Apollo. Then he says, "My lord, this is what the god said. There is a criminal, there is a sinner hiding in our land, and he is the one who killed Laius. Plague has attacked Thebes because there is a sinner living in the city of Thebes. There is a criminal living in the city of Thebes. And God ordered that you should identify the criminal and the sinner and exile him, expel him from Thebes. If you identify the sinner and the criminal and send him out of this country, then the plague that has attacked Thebes and the deadly disease that has killed hundreds of people will be eliminated." Then Oedipus says, "This is not a big deal. I do not know where he is. I will swear, I will promise you that I will identify the killer and the sinner and punish him." And now the question is, where is he? Who is he? There are two people who know the killer, the sinner, the criminal. One, Creon, and second, Tiresias. Tiresias is a blind Greek seer. He's a philosopher. He is blind. He is completely blind. He is born blind, but he can see the truth. This is the irony of, you can call it a dramatic irony. The king has eyes and he cannot see the truth. And Tiresias, the blind seer, does not have eyes, but he can see the truth. Why is truth not visible to the eyes, and how come the truth is visible to the blind? These are very fundamental questions that one will be forced to ask in the context of this play. And when Tiresias comes and tells him that you are the murderer of your father, Oedipus does not agree in the beginning. He says that you are telling a lie. Creon and Tiresias are hatching a plot against me. You want to dethrone me. You want to snatch my power, and you have a vested interest. You are working against me. You are working against the king. But very soon he comes to know. Before Oedipus comes to know about this horrible, terrible, dangerous truth, reality, his wife come mother, Jocasta, comes to know about it. And when she quickly knows the fact, the reality, that this man is not my husband, he is my son. But how can he be son when he married me? How can he be my son when he made me pregnant 4 times and when I delivered 4 babies for him? See, relations are at stake. Son is not a son, mother is not a mother, and son becomes a husband and a mother becomes a wife. Is it possible? Can it happen in human history? Can it happen in human civilization? But it has happened. It has happened. It's a reality. And both are at loss. Oedipus and Jocasta are at loss. And how to correct it? Destiny has happened. Fate has happened. How to correct it? And they become speechless. And even when Jocasta tells Oedipus not to talk about this, he talks about it, and it becomes public, and everybody comes to know the secret. And Jocasta feels ashamed of what she did, and she just goes into her room, hangs herself, and dies. And when the queen is dead, the king, starts lamenting. He laments, he cries, he curses, he repents. But what can he do? He cannot change the destiny. It has already happened. Now he begins to curse his eyes. He no longer trusts his eyes. He curses his eyes. He tells his eyes, "You are the one who did not recognize my father when I killed him. And you knew that the elderly man I was fighting with was my father. And you knew very well that the elderly man whom I killed several years ago was my father. And you allowed me to commit the crime. You allowed me to commit the sin, and I committed the sin. And when I moved from Corinth to Thebes, I met Jocasta and I married her, and you did not recognize. You did not recognize that Jocasta I was going to marry was my own mother. And when I shared my bed with her, you did not stop me. You did not recognize. You allowed me. You rather allowed me to sleep with my own mother and produce 4 children. Why should I have the eyes? Why should I have the eyesight?" So he orders his servants to pluck out his both eyes. He becomes blind and goes to the forest, and their play comes to an end. This is the plot of the play. Let me make some very important observations about the play. Oedipus is a tragic hero. Oedipus is a classic Aristotelian tragic hero because he is noble, he is intelligent, and yet flawed. According to Aristotle, a tragic hero is one who should be noble, who should be intelligent, and who should have some flaw in him. His confidence and determination. These are his limitations. These are his weaknesses. These are his flaws. Confidence and determination. For instance, he says, "I, Oedipus, whom all men call the great," so proud of himself. Says, I, Oedipus, whom all men call the great. I am the great Oedipus. So unless you break this myth and this illusion, unless you come out of this illusion, you cannot understand your true personality. And this cannot be anybody's strength. This is your limitation. And this is the limitation of Julius Caesar, who does not care for what his wife Calpurnia says. You don't talk about my danger. I and danger were born on the same day. I the elder, he the younger. Therefore, he is afraid of me. That's what Caesar says. This pride, this proud nature becomes responsible for his tragic death. And this precisely becomes responsible for the tragic death of Oedipus. And look at his commitment to truth. I must bring what is dark to light. This we call Peripeteia. I must bring what is dark to light. How can he bring? Because he is the real culprit. He is the real sinner. And he looks around. He looks around for the sinner, he looks around for the criminal and forgets that he is the real criminal and he is the real sinner. So Oedipus's greatness lies in his intellect and moral responsibility, but his hubris, that is pride, it's a Greek term, hubris, his pride and his impulsiveness lead to his downfall. A king, a leader should not be very impulsive. He should not be very impulsive and he should not be very proud of his own strength, power, and so on. And what we find in this play is a direct fight between fate versus free will. Fate versus free will. The central theme is the tension between destiny and human action. In all Greek tragedies, we find this theme. It is a recurring theme. This theme gets repeated in several Greek tragedies. That is the fight between destiny and human action. So men fight with their men fight with their destiny, men fight with their fate, but ultimately they surrender to their fate and they are defeated by their fate. And the prophecy that in this play plays a very key role, a very important role, especially the first prophecy of Apollo, God Apollo. What is the prophecy? You are fated to couple with your mother and kill your father. This is a horrible, terrible, dangerous prophecy ever uttered by any god. And Oedipus is a very unfortunate man. Not only Oedipus who is unfortunate, his mother is also equally unfortunate. Laius has been killed and that is the end of it. But these two people, these two persons suffer endlessly till their death. And the prophecy is, you are fated to couple your mother. You are destined to marry your mother and kill your father. What a terrible prophecy. Why should God utter such a prophecy? I do not know. As an individual, I do not know. Why should God utter such terrible, dangerous prophecy at all? God should stop people from committing this sin. Why should God provoke? Why should God encourage people to do this, to commit this horrible, dangerous crime and sin? So the play suggests that fate is inescapable. This is Greek philosophy of life, and the Greek people believed in what we call destiny and fate. And you can never escape from your fate and your destiny. You will have to suffer your destiny, your fate, and you will have to one day surrender. Your destiny shall prevail. Your fate shall prevail. You cannot escape. Yet Oedipus is not entirely innocent. His choices, killing Laius, pursuing truth, contribute to his tragedy. But I don't say that Oedipus played any important role in it. He was merely an agent. He was a puppet. And he was merely an agent. And he did not know. Had he known, he wouldn't have committed this mistake. And the second dominating theme that we find in the play is blindness versus sight. I have hinted at it in the beginning of my talk. I made a mention of it. Blindness versus sight. This is a powerful symbolic theme. Tiresias, though blind, sees the truth. Tiresias is a seer in the play, is a philosopher in the play. He is blind, completely blind, and he can see the truth. This is human limitation. And we all have eyes. How many of us can see the truth? We all have hearts. How many can really feel? Only few people can see the truth, and only few people can think, and only few people can feel. Everybody cannot feel in the heart, think in the mind, and see the truth with their bare eyes. Theresias, though blind, sees the truth. And he says, you have your sight, but do not see your evil. This is what he said. When the king Oedipus calls Theresias to his palace and tells him to help him to find out the culprit, he says, you have your sight. You are not unlike me. You have your eyesight, but you do not see your evil. You are not able to see your evil. Oedipus, though physically sighted, is blind to reality. Oedipus has eyesight, good eyesight. His two eyes are very healthy, but they do not see the reality. He is blind to reality. After realization, after knowing the truth, Oedipus says, "O light, may I never look on you again. I hate light, and I do not see light again, because light has betrayed me." Light means sight. Sight has betrayed me. Light has betrayed me. May I never look on you again. I don't see you again. You have betrayed me. True vision is intellectual and moral insight. What do you call vision? Vision means an intellectual, moral insight, not a physical sight. You can, if you do not see the truth with your eyes, you can see the truth with your mind. We talk about inner eye. We talk about Antaratma. We talk about Atma Sakshi. Where has your Atma Sakshi gone? Where has your Antaratma gone? Where has your inner eye gone? When you were sleeping with your wife, why can't your inner voice tell you, your Atma Sakshi tell you, look, Oedipus, you are committing the greatest sin ever committed by any human in the history of human civilization. But it has happened. It has happened. So Oedipus gains inner vision only after blinding himself. It has a symbolic meaning. It has a metamorphical meaning. And Oedipus begins to see the truth only after he becomes blind. And this is what I tell my friends, my students often, that when you close your eyes, you see the truth. And when you open your eyes, you do not see the truth. You only see the color. You only see the color. And when you open your ears, you do not understand the real vices. When you close your ears, you understand the real vices. So one has to learn to see the truth. It's not enough if you have eyes. With your eyes, you should be able to see the truth. And the next important dominating theme that we find in the play is the role of knowledge and ignorance. Knowledge and ignorance. Knowledge and ignorance do not go together. If you are ignorant, you do not have knowledge. When you have knowledge, you are no longer ignorant. So Oedipus is a seeker of truth, yet knowledge becomes destructive. Knowledge often becomes destructive. We're all after knowledge. We are all after knowledge, and we want to acquire knowledge. Listen to me, knowledge is not always very, very, very helpful. It can be counterproductive. It can lead you to tragedy. It can force you to get into trouble from which you may not come out at all. So this play proves that knowledge can become destructive. Look at his determination, Oedipus's determination. I will know the truth no matter how terrible. Sometimes, if you do not know the truth, you remain calm and quiet. Don't get disturbed when you do not know the truth. But man wants to know the truth. We all want to know the truth. And remember, sometimes may not be very often. Sometimes when we know the truth, we get into trouble. And when we know the truth, we face problems. When we get knowledge, it proves counterproductive. So, but he is determined. Oh, Oedipus, I will know the truth, no matter how terrible it is. He tells this to Creon and everybody. Let me identify, let me know the truth. But Jocasta gives him warning because she knows the consequences of truth. She knows the result of truth. She knows the implication of truth. So she says, why should a man respect the oracle? Forget it, leave it, don't ever think about oracle at all. Leave it to its own fate. Don't care for it. Because if you care for oracle, if you care for prophecy, that will lead to your tragedy, that will lead to your downfall. So she says, why should a man respect the oracle? Knowledge is double-edged. We have a Kannada Vachanakara in Kannada literature, Basvana. He says, Bhakti ಎಂಬುದು ಮಾಡಬಾರದಯ್ಯ, ಇದು ಹೋಗುತ್ತಾ ಕೊಯ್ಯುವುದು ಬರುತ್ತಾ ಕೊಯ್ಯುವುದು. Bhakti, devotion is very difficult thing. It is a double-edged sword. It cuts you. So, knowledge is double-edged. It liberates, but also destroys. You will come to know the truth, and because of that truth, you will die. This is the irony of situation. This you can call the dramatic irony. You get liberated, but you die. Your liberation will lead to your downfall, your destruction. The tragedy lies in the painful transition from ignorance to knowledge. Oedipus was all right. Oedipus very happy. He was comfortable with himself as long as he did not know the truth. The moment he knows the truth, he becomes totally uncomfortable and he becomes a sad man. And the next important dimension of this play is what Plato calls Peripeteia. Peripeteia is reversal of the situation. And second is Anagnorisis. Let me explain these two Greek terms that we find in Aristotle's Poetics. Peripeteia means reversal. You expect something and something else happens. For instance, Oedipus wants to find out the criminal, the sinner, and at the end, he discovers that he is a sinner himself. He is a criminal himself. This is called Peripeteia. And second thing is Anagnorisis, means recognition. He will recognize that he is the sinner and he is the culprit. The turning point occurs when the messenger reveals Oedipus's true identity. Messenger's revelation is, Oedipus was nothing to you in blood. And you left Corinth, you left Polybus, you left Merope, thinking that they were your real parents, but they were not real parents. They were nothing to you in blood. Oedipus, my lord Oedipus, Laius, the elderly man you killed at the inn, was your father. Oedipus's realization, oh God, it has all come true, all burst to light. He is a very sad man. He is a very unfortunate man. Oh my God, what I wanted to avoid has happened. I wanted to avoid the chances of killing my father, marrying my mother, but it happened. I am undone. I am finished. I am gone. I am destroyed. This moment combines reversal from king to outcast. He becomes an outsider in his own empire. He becomes a stranger in his own empire. He can't look at his citizens. How can he see the face of his Jocasta, who is his mother, and at the same time who is his wife? And how can she face the king? He is not just the king, he is son combined husband. So she doesn't want to show her face to her son. You can't imagine uh, the horrible, terrible situation in which Jocasta finds herself. So she doesn't utter a word when she comes to know the truth that she has been both mother and son to the same mother and wife to the same person. She goes into the room and shuts the door and hangs herself and dies. And this moment combines reversal and recognition. From king to outcast, discovery of truth, fulfilling Aristotle's tragic structure. And I should also be talking about the role of chorus. Chorus in the play represents the vices of society and moral reflection. Chorus is not a supporting character in Sophocles, Achilles, and other Greek important playwrights. The chorus rather represents the vice of society and moral reflection. On human fragility, the chorus says, "Count no man happy till he dies." What a profound statement it is. What a great statement it is. And you may not find such a beautiful line even in Shakespeare in the play. The chorus speaks, "Count no man happy till he dies." As long as you live, you can never be happy. But you want to be happy. I want to be happy. And I tell, yes, I want to be happy. I cannot be happy. My dear student, you cannot be happy. You should know that you can never be happy. Whatever you do, whatever you say, you can never be happy, because you will be happy only when you die. Only when you leave this world. So, count no man happy till he dies. This is Sophocles. This is his wisdom. Can anybody dispute? Can anybody reject? Chorus is saying. The chorus reinforces the theme that human life is uncertain and subject to fate. I say, I don't believe in fate. I don't believe in destiny. No, I can change my destiny. You can't change your destiny at all, because you are a very small animal. Man is a very small animal in the universe, and fate is all powerful. Destiny is all powerful. As a reader, as a teacher, as a writer, I do not say that I can defeat my destiny. I can go against my destiny, and my fate I cannot say. Destiny shall prevail. So, this is the understanding that human life is uncertain and subject to fate. The next important dimension of this play is suffering and catharsis. What is reality is suffering. Man has to cry, and man has learned to cry. Okay? Because you can't help. You can't help. I remember P.B. Shelley's poem. The sweetest songs are those that tell saddest. I fall upon thorns and plead. This is what life is. Oedipus' suffering evokes pity and fear. And this is what Aristotle calls catharsis. It will evoke pity and fear in us. And he is a self-punishment. Who can punish the king? Nobody has power to punish the king. So Oedipus decides to punish himself and he becomes blind. I myself have brought this misery. I myself have brought this misery. I'm the one who committed this sin. I'm the one who committed this crime. And I'm the one who has brought this tragedy, this misery, and I should take the responsibility. The audience experiences catharsis, a purging of emotions through Oedipus's fall. His suffering is both punishment and moral awakening. And when he punishes himself, every single audience sitting in the hall will uh, will will surely feel that yes, I am punishing myself, and there is a great moral awakening taking in me. And let me say something about the irony in the play. The play is rich in dramatic irony. Oedipus, let me explain what is dramatic irony. When Oedipus declares to the whole world that yes, I want to discover, I want to identify the criminal and send him out. He does not know that he is a criminal himself, but the audience knows. The spectators know that you are the real culprit. This is called dramatic irony. And Oedipus curses the murderer. May he wear out his life in misery. He says, I am the most powerful king. He is very proud of his ability, his capacity. And he thinks that I can never commit a mistake. Many people think that they do not commit a mistake, but they do commit mistake. And we all take pride in saying that I'm very nice, I'm a gentleman, I'm perfect, I have not committed a mistake, I have not committed a sin. No, every man, is likely to commit mistakes and sins. He is unknowingly cursing himself. Irony intensifies the tragedy as the audience knows the truth long before Oedipus does. To conclude, I would say Oedipus Rex is a perfect tragedy that explores, number one, the inevitability of fate. You can't avoid fate. Fate shall prevail. Destiny shall prevail. You cannot avoid it. You will have to surrender to it and you will do what you are destined to do. Oedipus tries to escape from the fate and responsibility when he comes to know that he is destined to kill his father. He thinks that Polybus is his real father. So he leaves Corinth, he leaves Polybus, he leaves Merope, and where does he go? He exactly goes towards Thebes, where his real parents live. And on the way, at the crossroad, he meets his own father, Laius, and he does not know that he is his father, kills him accidentally, and marries his mother. So, this tragedy explores the inevitability of fate, the limits of human knowledge, the limits of human knowledge, my knowledge, your knowledge, anybody's knowledge, everybody's knowledge is very limited. Very limited. Shakespeare says this in his play, Hamlet. There are things, if I remember, let me recollect what a minor character in the play Hamlet says. There are more things in heaven and earth, dear Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. Horatio, you say that I'm a philosopher, my dear friend. What you know is nothing. It's very limited. There are more things in heaven and earth than are dreamt of in your philosophy. So human knowledge, has its own limitation and the consequences of pride. The worst enemy of man, including you and me, all of you sitting here, is our pride. Okay, I am very proud of myself, and you are also proud of yourself. I am like this, I say, and I am like this, you say. But this goes against you and me. Pride is not good. Oedipus emerges as a deeply tragic figure, both a victim of destiny and an agent of his own downfall. His journey from ignorance to knowledge, from power to ruin, makes the play timeless and universally relevant. And this is one of the most universally relevant plays ever written in the history of any language. So, my dear friends, I would conclude by saying that by reading Oedipus Rex, a sort of a moral awakening takes place in us, and we become aware of certain limitations, and we also become aware of the all dominating powerful fate and destiny, and the terrible horrible role that destiny can play in human life.